McCain's time in captivity, often highlighted in his campaigns. He spent more than 5 years as a prisoner of war in North Vietnam, suffering lifelong injuries as a result. ABC 15's Angie Cayley is getting some emotional insight into those dark days. It's all new at 6.
Captain Render Creighton met John McCain about a decade before he spent time in captivity with him. He was McCain's flight instructor in Corpus Christi, Texas in the early 60s. But he wouldn't exactly say he taught McCain everything he knew.
Since he crashed 3 airplanes, I don't know whether I should say that or not. Maybe it shows what kind of instructor I was.
Both men would end up in Vietnam. Creighton's jet was shot down over North Vietnamese territory and he was captured in 1966. McCain in 67. From 1971 to 1972, they were in the same cell block at the Hanoi Hilton with 40 other prisoners.
Everybody decided one morning that we'd all stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance and sing the national anthem. The Vietnamese didn't like that. So the very next day, there was no longer any big room. We were all back to small rooms.
Both men were released in 1973. Creighton eventually moved to Phoenix, where he says he would run into his old friend at charity events. Now John McCain, the politician.
Give me a hug, and we'd reminisce for a few minutes, and then he was off to something else.
Over the years, Creighton followed McCain's political trajectory, and though he didn't always agree with the senator's decisions, he says he never questioned his integrity.
He gave the Vietnamese hell. And of course, they did to him, too, his back. But he was a lot of trouble to them, and he fought them tooth and nail, and I respect him for that.
In Phoenix, Angie Cayley, ABC 15, Arizona.